I'm Priscilla Lombardi, and I'm here with Kevin Eidt and Kimberly Devine, the 2015 winner of the $100,000 Kevin Eidt Scholarship. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So my first question is going to be directed to you, Christian. So tell me a little bit about the brief history about the Kevin Eidt Memorial Scholarship, and how did it start?
Well, basically, Kevin was born in June 17th, 1997, a healthy 11-pound, 1 ounce bouncing boy. And unfortunately, within 2 days, he was noticed he had a heart issue. He was taken up to Yale New Haven Hospital and had an operation for what they call a coarctation of the aorta. And he's been was under constant medical care for many years, cleared to play sports at Norwalk High School under self-limiting capabilities. One day he went to an intramural basketball game at Boston College and died from cardiac arrest. Unfortunately, none of us really knew that this was a byproduct of his original genetic disease, but I'm not sure it would have made much difference because Kevin was able to lead a life of doing things that every other normal young man, teenager would be able to do. As disheartening as it was to lose a child, and there's no greater loss in life, there's another terrible loss, and that's when you go to a funeral director's parlor and try to make arrangements that are necessary. And one of the questions came up is, do you want flowers? Do you want to do something in lieu of flowers, etc.? And through a stroke of God, my wife said, well, why don't we set up a scholarship fund in Kevin's memory? And that's how it kind of came about. And we received so much money the initial year that we were able to give out awards that first year. And 3 years later, we decided that if we're ever going to continue this, we needed to have a fundraiser. And in 2000, we started a benefit dinner dance. And as a result of the benefit dinner dance, we've been able to award $1.6 million in scholarships to 122 scholarship recipients.
What type of students do these scholarships, does this scholarship recognize?
The scholarship is designed to recognize the accomplishments and achievements that Kevin demonstrated in those areas were important to him. And basically, it is academics, athletics, arts, and community and religious service. And we're looking for a breadth of involvement and commitment and a depth of achievements and accomplishments in all the areas. So you may not be the best in any one category, but that's not necessarily what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who most reminded us of Kevin's interests and involvements.
I see, great. And so does the scholarship always grant $100,000 to a recipient?
We actually are offering 8 different scholarships this year. The Norwalk High School scholarship happens to be the most, what I will call, prestigious from my own perspective. And the amount we give out each year is a function of fundraising. What we fundraise in 2015 is going towards the 2016 scholarship. So it's a function of the economy, it's a function of the dinner dance success. We have a golf tournament in Massachusetts for the people that my son was friends with. And we do other fundraising, smaller fundraising opportunities. But we have 2 scholarships at Boston College, one for the Emerging Leaders Program and one for the Carroll School of Management Honors Program. And we have scholarships at Norwalk High School for a member of the jazz band, member of the marching band, scholar athlete, and a member of the orchestra.
How many have actually won this particular scholarship so far?
Kim is the 19th recipient of the Norwalk High School scholarship. There have been many other smaller ones, but this is the 19th. We gave it out the very first year. Kevin passed away in January, so we're able to do it the following year.
Kim, my first question for you is, so what was your reaction like when you received this scholarship?
So the way that you find out is you get a phone call. And when I got the phone call from one of the scholarship committee members, Mr. Cownon, I think that my first reaction was to ask if he was kidding. So yeah, I was just like, are you sure? So that was fun, and I was crying a little bit. And then I was just standing there with my parents, and he started to tell me the details of the dinner dance and started to come back down a little bit.
She gets notified, the recipient gets notified Wednesday night before the event. Okay, that's because we know they have to speak, and we listen to it to make sure it's consistent with the event. Okay, because what we do is we have the most recent graduate from college come back to speak, then I speak on behalf of the family. At this point in time, when the most recent college, that's when Kim goes to the back of that room and gets to see everything. So basically, she doesn't have a lot of lead time between knowing when she's the recipient and when she actually receives the award.
So what were some of the highlights of that evening?
I'm sitting in the back waiting because I got to give remarks and like a little speech, and so I'm just sitting in the back and my legs are just shaking. I was just so nervous to get up and talk. And then I just got up there, and I like public speaking, and I liked doing that. And so I just got to stand in front of this group of people who are making this possible for me. And it's just, this immense feeling of gratefulness. There's nothing more amazing than that.
Where is this money going to go to for you? Is it going to go directly to college academics?
Yes, it goes directly to the school. So I'm deciding between Holy Cross and Connecticut College right now. I'm trying to make that decision in the next few weeks, but that's where the money will go.
Your brother won the scholarship before, so I know you talked about it a little bit about that in your speech. What was it like, going up, having your brother? Was your brother there too?
Yes, he was there. He was ecstatic when I told him.
Great. So tell me a little bit about, I guess, your senior year. I'm sure you've participated in a number of different activities.
Yes, I'm a member of the swim team, and there's just this huge bond on the swim team, and just you meet amazing people, and that's one of the activities that's had the greatest impact on who I am as a person, because I have this amazing coach, and then I just met this group of people who really became some of my best friends, and that started freshman year, and that's the first sport that I did in high school, so that was September, and I had come from All Saints, so I didn't really know anyone at Norwalk High. And then I met this group of girls and started to get so much more involved in the community, because I'm realizing, these people are great, and I just want to get more involved. And then later that year, my freshman year, I decided to join track. And so that was a big step, because everyone in my family is a swimmer and swims year round, and I decided to do something else.
In terms of religious service, I know that's another aspect. How are you involved in that?
I go to St. Philip's Church, and I'm actually an altar server at the 8 a.m. Mass, which is very early some mornings to get up. But I'm also in the youth group, and I do the confirmation team, which is this group of people that mentor the freshmen going through the confirmation process. So we attend their sessions, and we go to masses with them and just try to bond with them.
Why is it so important to continue the Kevin Eidt Scholarship Fund?
Well, I'm not sure I could ever describe the loss of a child. But I can think that in normal circumstances where you didn't have somebody that made an impact on the community like Kevin, that after the initial shock to the entire community, all the grief is left with the family. In our case, we have shared grief. In this case, the grief was turned into something positive and enabled us to move on. And we probably wouldn't have been able to do that without this scholarship. So the scholarship for us is our way of having Kevin with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christian, and thank you, Kim, for being here, and the best of luck to you in college.